Some people get rich in slow motion, others get rich in fast forward. Same country, same year, same economy, completely different outcomes. And it's not just talent, it's not just effort, it's not even just luck, it's timing, connected to a machine almost nobody sees. A machine that decides who touches new money first, and who gets what's left after it spreads through everyone else. That machine is running right now, and once you see how it works, you start noticing something uncomfortable. Wealth doesn't just grow. It arrives in a specific order, and the order changes everything. Right now, governments are drowning in debt, markets swing on every headline, and central banks keep talking about stability. That word sounds calm, responsible, boring. But behind that calm word is a system that quietly redistributes purchasing power, without elections, without debates, and without most people even noticing. Here's the strange part. When new money enters the economy, it doesn't fall from the sky like rain. It doesn't land evenly across everyone's bank accounts. It enters through doors, very specific doors. Step one is simple. A government spends more than it collects in taxes. To cover the gap, it issues debt, bonds. Investors buy those bonds, but when there aren't enough buyers or when borrowing gets expensive, the central bank steps in. And this is where the machine starts humming. The central bank creates new money digitally and uses it to buy financial assets, often government bonds. This pushes cash into the financial system, not into grocery stores, not into your paycheck, into financial institutions, big banks, investment funds, large asset holders. They are first in line. Now, imagine money as temperature. The closer you are to the heater, the warmer you get. The people closest to this new money feel the warmth first. They have fresh liquidity, cheap borrowing, easier credit. So what do? They buy assets, stocks, real estate, bonds, private companies, land, anything that holds value. Prices start rising, but here's the key. Prices rise before wages do. By the time the money works its way outward, through loans, business spending, hiring, and eventually paychecks, asset prices have already moved. So if you owned assets early, you look smart. Your portfolio grows. Your house value jumps. Your net worth expands on paper, then in reality. If you didn't, you meet the higher prices first. Rent goes up. Home prices drift out of reach. Stocks look expensive. You're not getting the early benefit, only the later cost. Same money, different timing. Opposite results. This effect even has a name, though it was rarely mentioned outside economic circles. The order in which people receive new money changes how wealth is distributed. Not because someone voted for it, not because there was a secret meeting deciding your future, but because of how the plumbing works. Think about the last decade. After financial crises and economic shocks, massive amounts of new money entered the system. Trillions. Most of it flowed through financial markets first. What happened next? Stock markets hit record highs. Real estate boomed. Luxury assets soared. Meanwhile, many wages crawled upward slowly, lagging behind the rising cost of living. From the outside, it looked like the market doing well. Underneath, it was the machine deciding who stood closest to the source. And here's the irony. The policy goal is often to stimulate the economy, encourage spending, support jobs, prevent collapse. And it does help, just not evenly and not at the same time. Early receivers get increased purchasing power before prices adjust. Late receivers get higher prices after the adjustment. Same system, different experience. This is why two people can live through the same economic period and tell completely different stories. One says, "These years were incredible. My investments doubled." Another says, "Everything got more expensive. I can't get ahead." Both are right. They were just standing in different places in the line. Now, add debt. Cheap money doesn't just inflate assets. It encourages borrowing. Companies borrow to expand. Investors borrow to buy more assets. Governments borrow to fund programs. Debt grows fastest when money is easy, but debt is a claim on future income. It pulls tomorrow's earnings into today. That feels great at first. Growth, expansion, rising markets. Until the future arrives, and payments are due in an economy that didn't grow as fast as the debt. Then the machine shifts modes. Credit tightens, asset prices wobble. The same system that pushed wealth upward can pull it down. And again, the people closest to financial channels often adjust first, selling, hedging, moving capital. Those further away feel the slowdown later, often through layoffs, reduced opportunities, and higher living costs that don't fall as quickly as asset prices. Popular narratives say markets reward innovation, hard work, and smart decisions. And they do, partly. But beneath that is a deeper layer. Who had access to new money early, cheap credit early, and rising assets before the crowd noticed? That's the hidden machine. It doesn't have a face. It doesn't make speeches. It doesn't trend on social media. It just runs in the background, cycle after cycle, quietly shaping who builds wealth fastest and who is always trying to catch up. Zoom out, and the implications get bigger. When wealth concentrates near those closest to financial channels, inequality widens. Asset owners gain influence. Policy decisions increasingly revolve around market stability, because markets are now deeply tied to household wealth, pensions, and government financing. The system becomes harder to change because so much depends on keeping the machine running smoothly. More money creation to solve debt created by previous money creation, more asset inflation to prevent asset crashes, more complexity built on top of the original plumbing. And the question isn't whether the machine is evil or good, it's whether we understand it at all. Because if wealth is shaped not just by effort, but by position in the line, then financial literacy isn't just about saving more or picking better stocks. It's about recognizing where the new money enters, who gets it first, and how long it takes to reach you, if it ever really does. The machine will keep running. It always has, just in different forms. The real question is, next time new money flows into the system, where will you be standing?